I'm very excited to be with you here today to talk about the complete MarCom playbook for event email success. So let's get going. For the past decade, I've been with DocuSign and Oracle driving their audience acquisition strategies for their customer flagship events. And then I've been a speaker on multiple marketing panels like Bizabour, Rainfocus, and Goldcast. I love sharing experiences with others. I love helping people plan their audience acquisitions for their events, big or small, in person or online. So feel free to always shoot me a message on LinkedIn and so we can connect. Before we start, I want to establish like a quick game rules, if you may, about events, demand generation, and emails in general. So each region is different, meaning EMEA versus North America, LATAM, and APAC. The way they respond to email marketing for events, specifically, I'll be touching on this presentation, is kind of different. So each company and its audiences are unique. So the way the audience respond for our events, for example, in North America, it's different than the way it is for APAC or EMEA. And what performs well this year may not perform exactly the same next year. And that's something we've noticed across with the latest shifts and trends and the changes in digital marketing world. We've always seen those always updates and changes happening year over year. So I wanted to lead with that. Event email to send. So what do we send for our events? So we know that we kind of divide into three categories: pre-event communication or emails, the day of the event emails, and then the post-event. And I'll be sharing some insights and tips across the board with some examples too about all the emails that we want to send. All right, so pre-event. We want to remember that a successful events demand generation is going to combine three things: the data-driven strategy, so all the data that we have from email marketing that we have sent to our database, our registrants or previous registrants as well. The optimized content that we want to work on, and optimized means now for not only for SEO, but also for AEO, answer engine optimization. And then the omni-channel engagement that we're going to do holistically across the board to engage with our audiences for our events. And that goes across pre, during, and post-event as well. As you know, all the attendees now they can all expect personal, meaningful experiences. So personal versus personalized. Personal meaning they would expect you to know them better, know their behavior, know the actions they have took before you reach out to them, like not only visiting their websites, but downloading some content or maybe attending previous events, versus just sending them an email with, "Hi, first name, we'd love to connect with you on this." They want to know that you have done the homework and you know how you're going to cater your product or your event to their needs and how you're going to help them solve a problem that they may have or such on. And then all of this would be like a great reminder for us that B2B and B2C emails are age to age, which is human to human. We're talking with humans, whether it's B2B or B2C. It's all humans that we're sending the communication to. So we want to remember that to keep it informative, keep it personal, and then meaningful in a way that's going to give them and drive value for them and help them create a memorable experience with the event that we are inviting them to. Typically, the marketing channels forecast, from what I've worked on personally, it's kind of come across three main channels, which is the web marketing promotions, email marketing promotions, and in-product marketing promotions, which is great if you have that channel for you, meaning that you will promote your event within your product itself. So this is exactly where your customers are, where you can present them with a pop-up banner or a short message that, "Hey, we know that you're customers and you're using the product. Why don't you join us for this upcoming event?" and so and so. click here to register. Short and small message will go a long way, and it drives big chunk of registrations for the event. Sales team, customer success teams, all the field teams in the companies always like kind of help drive registrations and booking meetings for these events. And plus we always see some earned and owned channels helping us with the driving registrations for the events. And this could change from company to company, like I mentioned earlier, and then from region to region. So your numbers might kind of fluctuate, but at the end of the day, as long as it makes sense to you and your audiences, you should be good to go. Now, how do we get our emails ready? That's the key question. First, we're going to start with our identifying our goals. We know we want to drive registration. We know we want to drive attendance. We know we want to raise awareness about this product or this event that's happening. Then we move into the audience. Who do you want to invite for this event? Who's the key audience for this event that we are hosting? Is it the customers only? Is it customers and prospects? Our partners are the always key component from at our events. Are we celebrating our VIP or top accounts in a way as well? And then how we can tie all of this audience segmentation into the content that we're offering, and then how we can include that in the communications and emails that we send. What type of experience are we doing? Is it an online event? Is it an in-person event? And then what are the creatives that's going to help us tie in or paint a good picture for the event as well? Banners, creative, animation, photos in the emails as well. And then lastly would be the analytics. Everything. Try to measure everything you can, because every metrics in your emails will help you paint the full picture about how your emails are performing, what's working, what's not, how people are converting, and that's going to help you in the long run on how to optimize your emails year over year. Now, something I always do, like look at the email performance trends year over year, like not only from terms of registration, but also attendance. How did that shape up in 2023, for example, 2024, and now to 2025? Where have I seen the shifts in the open rate, in the click rate, in the conversions of the emails and the click maps? What people are interested more? Is the emails getting shorter, more optimized for mobile? What are if they're using to open the email? Is it desktop and mobile? This will all these trends gonna help you understand how your audiences react to your emails and how you want to engage with them better moving forward. Now, audience mapping, that's the extremely key component of getting the emails ready. With the breakdown, what's the percentage of the new audience versus the that you're inviting to the events, or the repeat audience, those who come every year? Do they come in a group of one, or the group of two or three? And then what are the industries that we're going to start promoting or marketing to these audiences? Is that relevant to the content we are offering? If so, the content should be like across all the industries that we're marketing to. Same goes for the line of businesses that we are trying to bring to this event, and the company sizes. The way that we communicate with our emails to a small, medium-sized companies is definitely different than the way we communicate to enterprise companies. And then the geos and the countries. Is your event local to a specific state or a country versus open to everyone? Or is it truly a global event? And then with that, are you offering localization for your content and your emails and all of the things? And definitely don't forget about your value-based accounts. That's the gem that's going to help drive the most pipeline. The account-based marketing, the VIPs, the executives, that's going to the decision makers that you want them up front and center at your event. So understanding all the sides of all things about the audience will help you create the best converging emails for your events. This is my any week monthly email calendar. So for every month before we open registrations, even after we open event registrations, I go month by month and creating this weekly email calendar that can help me stay organized about what emails I'm sending, how many, what's the cadence, who's the audience, the timeline, any days that should be sending on, not sending. For example, we would kick off the emails sent with the repeat entities email, the early birds, the group discount, the VIP. Then we've noticed recently that C-level audiences are opening their emails more on Sundays, for example, Sunday afternoon. So that's a key opportunity to send to that audiences. Then as you promote your event milestone, like announcing speakers, announcing sessions, last chance, all of these things coming closer to the event. Then to the know before you go, start getting transactional, live stream the keynote if you do so, want to promote that for those who never actually registered for the event, but just like engage with your emails. That's a great opportunity to email them the day before. And then definitely the follow-up and the on-demand. One thing I wanted to call out here is the registrants newsletter. It's very key to send the registrants kind of update, because the truth is when someone registers for an event, they don't really have reasons to go back to the event website and continue to check it out, beside to see like what else have we announced, it from speakers, from sessions, especially if they have built their sessions, and then we have other activities that we want to promote. So continuing to send an update to them, keep those registrants interested in the event and showing up on site the day of the event as well. So let's roll with some examples now. Celebrity speaker email. So lots of companies, or recently we've seen in the enterprise mainly, we invite celebrity speakers to our events, and we make sure that we try to tie the content of their speech to the event content that we're doing. So definitely what we make sure of is the promotion kind of covers well that celebrity speaker. And this is an example that I've done in 2024, where we invited Reese Witherspoon to be our speaker at our event. The email metrics were like super high, open rate, the engagement, the conversions. I tried with this email to make sure, like we had this great photo of Reese that the publicist shared with us. So I worked with the creative team to go beyond the regular speaker template to make sure that the design is simple, clean, and inviting, because this was the main draw for us for that event. So definitely we've seen a great engagement and conversion for this event. The discount code email, something lots of companies do, especially when we open registrations, that we want to drive early bird pricing and special holidays discount. For example, with this one, we're driving registration using the President Day 200 off discount. Kept the email very short and clear and then crisp, and drove some urgency. And then we invited them to share with the code with a colleague. So share the benefit, bring someone else with you, and you can both get the discount code as well. And make sure that we have noted here that the registration is going to take under 2 minutes. So it's pretty quick and painless experience. We just want you to take advantage of this. The message of the email is clear. We want to take advantage of this email and then register as soon as you can before the code expires. And then an online event email example. So after the in-person event happened, we promote our best of event or best of recap event, which is an online, like a under 30-minute event, highlights all the things that happened at the in-person event. So I made sure in this email that you know that this is the final reminder. Will not be reminding you or sending you more communication beyond this one. We have sent 1 or 2 communication. The event timing is all under 30 minutes. So with everyone's busy schedule, definitely we want to highlight not only the value of attending the event, but it's not going to take a lot of their time anyways, and they should sign up to watch it with us. And these are the key highlights that we announced at the event. The email design, we kept it also simple. We did some A/B testing, and then with using this copy and then changing the format of the layout of the event, but this one kind of performed better. And then looking at the heat map, that also helps you understand where people are clicking from on in your email. So it's the top of the email, the hyperlink, or the CTA. And in this case, the CTA got the highest links and clicks as well. So the 10 email marketing must knows. I feel those, I kind of live by those every day whenever I'm doing any event marketing campaigns. It's a great reminder for all of us that how we kind of keep to keep in mind we're working on event emails as well. So sending more emails doesn't necessarily mean more registrations, and you hear that often, like, oh, let's get them another email. Let's do send more send. If you're the first few sends didn't convert as you expected them or you want them to be, the additional send most likely is not gonna do it. More copy in the email doesn't always mean better conversions. So we've seen emails get super lengthy. You want to add all the value in the of the event in that email, and it's super long on desktop and even longer on mobile. The email is just to get people's attention and engage with them to click on the website. The website is where we're going to find the full benefit, full agenda, full experience of the event. This is where we're going to spend their time and then register. So in the email, it's just to get their attention quickly and get them to the next step to sign up for that email. Segmenting and A/B testing definitely helps you understand your audience better, and the studies shows that up to 25 to 40% better engagement rate as you curate the content that you have to the right audience that you have. Mobile optimization is definitely a key area that we've all seen, like emails like getting shorter and shorter, and that's especially for the mobile optimization where people can try to avoid the drop in clicks and keep the emails engaging and short as possible. Using animations or GIFs in the emails, and I've tried that for multiple emails myself, where I use the Jiffy in the hero banner so it can rotate different images or show different speakers or anything fun that you can work out with your creative team. Definitely helps with the increase in the clicks. Social proof, including customer testimonials. Customers loves to hear from customers like themselves. That's always a great area to increase clicks and engagement in the emails. Using the first person wording in the CTA, like I want my ticket, I want in, I'm interested, save my seat. All these things help us with the see higher conversion. Informed AI prompts gives you more engaging email content. This is actually, I guess, my favorite one because it kind of worked on it, and then I've seen how it makes the difference. The more I give AI more information and context about my event, my audience, the campaign I'm running, what I'm trying to achieve from these campaigns, the better engagement that I've seen in my emails and the better optimized content I've got so I can use in my emails as well. So always make sure that instead of just asking AI to help you with your email draft, give them the context first they need to know, and then you can take it from there to create and polish and optimize your emails. If you happen to book a celebrity speaker, make sure to promote them tirelessly. So celebrity speakers might not always necessarily drive registrations, but you will see them drive attendance for events. So it's going to increase the attendance rate by 10 to 15%, if nothing additionally from the registration. So updating all of your emails, promo emails, confirmation emails, any transactional email or calendar hold that you put, the celebrity speakers would need to be a part of that. And definitely make sure to check Jay Twiddleson's sessions on emails do's and don'ts at the Guru Conference. He brings up the best and the latest tips and tricks to do the greatest email optimizations as well. Level 2, all right. So transactional email during the event, it's the 0 hour, what's happening. We need to engage with the audiences, that final reminders the day before, the morning of, here is what you need to do. Here is your logistical email for Wi-Fi, parking, check-in, QR code, all of the things. Here is the full agenda. Here are some key sessions that we'd love for you to be aware of and join us at on site as well. If you're doing the keynote live stream, here's the reminder. You can watch the keynote at this time, Eastern time, Pacific time, on these kind of properties, the website, social media, wherever you are live streaming the keynote. Then the full day agenda email, what's to expect if your event is like a multi-day event. You can send the full day agenda for day 1, day 2, and day 3. And then after when the day ends, you can do the recap about the best highlights with some fun photos or activities that happen during the day to bring it to their attention to keep the excitement alive from day to day as well. Now, post-event emails. So the event has passed, everyone's gone home. We're going to follow up. We're going to follow up with the attendees who attended the event and the registrants who attended the event but never actually showed up for any reason. Maybe life got in the way, something last minute happened. We want to follow up with them. And then those who opened our previous promotional emails, but they never converted. They were interested, but not interested enough to register or sign up for our events. So with all these categories, we're going to want to promote, if we have an on-demand content, we want to promote the key announcement that we have made about the event, and then make sure that they are brought into the experience and what they have missed in a way. And then if we're promoting any future event, it makes sense to that audiences and any other relevant content that you have that you want to recycle and make it an evergreen content as well. Because they have shown signs of engagement, especially the attendees, but the registrants or those who opened the emails but never registered, they would love to see like a follow-up as well about next steps and whatnot. Metrics. It's all about creating the right metrics and collecting the right information. Which segment or email had the highest or lowest, the open rate, the click-through rate, the conversions, the unsubscribe, the bounce rate. What can I learn from that metrics? If the open rate is high, so that means that subject line was engaging enough, great. So I can work around those lines for the next email and the next subject line. The click-through rate, where people are clicking, is it more on the images? Is it more on the copy, on the hyperlink? The conversions, if I'm having lots of great clicks on the email, but not so much conversions on the website, that's time to pause and think about the website content and what's offered on the website. Are they not finding what they're looking for once they get your email, read it, and then go to the website? And then the unsubscribe rate, is that the content relevant to this audience? Am I emailing them too much? Am I emailing them not with the right content? And then the bounce rate. One key area with the bounce rate is how we target that accounts, like the email bounced, but the account is still there. So that's a great opportunity for our ABM team to jump onto that account and then try to reach out to the right contact from that account that we have emailed. So metrics all across the board will help us define our audience and then have a better conversion strategy in place. Consistent messaging across the board will definitely help us improve the conversion and keeps the event registrants engaged pre-event, during event, and the after event. Seeing the overall content that's been promoted across all the channels from email, social, web, sales, and all the communication that we send during the event and after the event will help paint the full picture about holistically how the event is and then what the audiences they would need to know about our experience that we offer them, whether it's an online event or in-person event, so on and so forth. With that, we're time to get some Q&A. I see some great questions in the chat. So now Stania and me will get going on the Q&A. And thanks for playing with us today.
Thanks for attending the session, everyone. Please be sure to participate in the poll that's on the right of your screen. You'll also find a free offer pinned to the chat and the deck, as well as an AI recap for today's presentation will be available at the bottom of your screen if you scroll down. But for now, I'd like to welcome Ghazwan back to the stage. Okay, Ghazwan, so let's get into the questions. So one of the first ones that came up was, when it comes to these emails, you're planning out these events, how do you decide the timing, frequency, and the sequence of the emails leading up to an event?
Great question. Always plan that on two things. the learnings from previous events and previous campaigns, how the audience responded to the campaigns that we launched. Sometimes it's good enough to launch registrations 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance. It all depends on the size of your event, the experience you're offering, the audience, and their previous behavior and the trends you see from their engagement. Typically, anywhere between 3 to 6 months usually is a great promotional period. And then the sequence of the events, of the emails, sorry, is about the milestones of the event. So kick it off with opening registrations. If we have early bird pricing we want to promote, or if you have keynote speakers or celebrity speakers, or we're announcing sessions, all these things, all the events milestone, really it determines the sequence of the emails that we're sending.
That makes a lot of sense. And I know when it comes to like those kind of milestone emails, like with email in general, people love to incorporate testing. When it comes to testing, what is your recommendation on that? Because I know sometimes people want to like rinse and repeat with their events. Like these are the emails that worked. Let's keep going with those. But how would you incorporate testing to your email strategy?
In a lot of ways. So content copy is one of area, but also email design, the timing of sending the emails. If we've always heard like, oh, don't send your emails on a Friday or on a weekend or send it after hours. Well, the rules are changing. We've seen great shifts in the conversions on the email, especially on the weekends with C-level audiences, for example, where they check their emails on a Sunday afternoon or evening. Same with like sending the designing of the email. Now lots of emails are being opened on mobile. It's key
Mhm.
that we optimize our emails for mobile view and conversions as well. We can always test with the different subject lines, with different copy, email design, so banner on top versus banner on bottom, how many CTAs we put, is the CTA hyperlink or a button, visible button. We've seen both perform well, but more higher conversions toward the more visible button as well in that email. So you can design your ABC testing sometimes to the way
Mhm.
anything that you feel like it might give it a shot, definitely test and see how it performs so you can build a benchmark for your next send and your next email too.
That is great advice. And you kind of touched on this a little bit. So I'll put a little spin on this next question that came in. Um, what types of email content, whether it's like those milestones, like speaker highlights, your keynotes, what types of email content have you found tend to be the most persuasive in driving registrations?
Oh, I love that. Mostly it's gonna be the email that has the most value proposition of the event. Why am I need to take time off my busy schedule, book travel most likely, and then travel to your event to attend for 1, 2, or 3 days? What's in it for me beyond just the learning experience? So people go to events to learn, to network, and also to have some good times and meet
Yeah.
other people and have a great conversations and share pain points and wins and all of these things. All of these combined, they kind of deliver the best experience that's going to help people or encourage people to attend your event. So your emails better reflect that human experience that we want to convey on site. So those emails where we talk a lot about the event experience overall versus just
Mhm.
piece of the event, or we just focus only on the learnings of the event, those emails they perform better.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to say this because I'm guilty. We're at an event right now. I'm guilty. I know I like to like kind of push those emails that tells you what's happening and to try and drive up those registrations. But when it comes to your email strategy, is it typically only, hey, we want you to register, or are there other types of content that you incorporate into the journey besides that?
I incorporate, so let's say for like, even for digital events, people can still network in the chat, get to know each other, connect with each other. Even if we offer breakout rooms or like a lounge for people to hang out digitally, that's a great thing to promote and in the emails as well. So beside the content that we're offering, anything else that's going to bring value to the attendees, that's going to make the event, whether in person or online, worth their time and worth their while, definitely I make sure that I promote it, not only in the pre-event registration email, but also in the registrants updates or newsletter. because when people register, you want to make sure that or invite them to show up at the event. So how are we going to keep them interested? Once they register, chances are they don't come often to the website, so they don't know what we have published next or what other milestone we have. So those emails keep them interested and keep them excited about showing up at the event as well.
I love that. Yeah, because it's not just like what we want. Of course, we want people to come to our events and stuff, but that value proposition for them, what they're going to get out of it. I love that you're kind of highlighting that in the email journey. So, oh, this is a very good question. So, talking about journeys, how do you continue to use email after an event to nurture attendees and keep them engaged for future events?
Definitely, we follow up with them immediately with if we have announced the dates for the next event, we or the venue, we have all of these things logged. We promote that in the post-event follow-up emails. We reshare all the announcement that's been made at this event, all the on-demand content. People, yes, they too still take photos at their events and take shots here and there, but they would value so much having access to the full slides so they can go through them on their own time as well. And then making sure that all sales teams and the AEs are also following up with them to keep the conversations going, because the end goal of the event is not just bringing registration and attendance, it's driving pipeline to the company. And that's going to happen 30, 60, 90 days after the event concludes. So that's also a key area where we partner closely with the sales team, customer success team, the AEs, all of that organizations or groups to help us keep the conversation going and then uh, bring some pipelines for the company.
Yeah, I love that. And also like keeping that conversation going keeps has that community aspect. Because like you said, we're all guilty of registering for something, forgetting that we did it, and like keeping people on that track to have remind them like, okay, this is coming up again in the year. So that makes a lot of sense. And you kind of just touched on this a little bit when it comes to metrics and measurement. So which email KPIs matter the most when you're promoting an event? Like, how do you use those insights and how do you use them to like optimize for future campaigns?
For me personally, and some people might be surprised, it's the conversion rate. So if I'm having a high conversion rate, that's great. That's meaning that my website has all the information that people are looking for, and then we have managed to capture their interest and then have them register. If we have a high open rate for the emails and then high click rate, but no one is converting, no one is signing up for the event, that's a signal that, okay, we need to optimize the website, we need to add more content. Something is missing that they're not finding it when they go from the email to the website, because the email is just the first nudge for them to get aware and excited about something, but all the magic will happen on the website. So to me, like any conversion click rates, those are the key metrics that I kind of pay the first attention to.
So, I mean, I was definitely taking notes on all of this. Thanks again, Gazwan, for being here. Everyone, before you leave, please be sure to participate in the poll that's on the right-hand side of your screen. We have the deck as well as an AI recap of today's presentation available below the screen if you scroll down. And I just want to say thanks again for being here, Gazwan. This is amazing.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for having me. Thanks for everyone who joined the session today. Loved being here. Loved the 90s team that we have. Going
Yes, rocking the swag. I love it.
rocking the swag. So thank you so much.
Thank you.